guys, today I'm here with my summer favorites. It's almost officially fall. I think we have a couple more days until it's officially fall, but you know, of course, here in Arizona it's still 100 degrees, so we haven't quite hit fall yet. But officially, summer is almost over, so it is time for my summer favorites. If you have watched my favorites before, you know that I like to do them seasonally instead of monthly because I just don't feel like I don't use enough different stuff in a month to do a favorites every single month, so it just sort of works out better for me to do them seasonally. So I only do them 4 times a year instead of 12 times a year, so this is my summer favorites. So first I'll start off with makeup, and really this only pertains to like blush, lipsticks, and one other thing. I don't use enough different makeup. Mainly what I switch up is my blush and my lipstick. Pretty much that's the only thing that I use. My foundation pretty much stays the same, but so I'll first start with lipsticks, one of which I'm wearing right now, and these were my 2 favorites that I wore pretty much when I was wearing lipstick. I was pretty much wearing one of these 2 colors because they're my 2 favorites, obviously, since they're in this video. But they're both from Red Apple Lipstick. The one that I'm wearing right now is Mix and Mingle, which is like a really, really bright, like hot pink fuchsia color, sort of. And then the other one is, it's sort of on that same hot pink scale, but this one is a little bit darker. This one is Unpinkable. So here are these 2 next to each other. You can see that Mix and Mingle is definitely a little bit brighter than Unpinkable, so I'll do a swatch to compare as well. But hopefully you can see the difference. The lighting isn't helping. This one is Mix and Mingle, so you can see it's a little bit more like blue toned and it's a little bit brighter, and this one is Unpinkable, which has a little bit, it's a little bit darker and has a little bit different tone, doesn't have as much blue in it. But those have been my 2 favorite lipsticks to wear during the summer. I wore both of them out, actually. I wore Mix and Mingle to Chipotle once, and just like I wore it all day. I wore it for filming, and then I wore it pretty much all day after that. I like both of these especially. They're both in the instant color formula, just for reference. They're both in the instant color formula, and I like the way that they wear down. They both stain really nicely. They can stain a little bit too much sometimes, where they stain your lips pink into the next day. But if you use a really good makeup remover, oil cleanser sort of thing, it can sort of get it off if you really work at it. But since they do stain really well, they do leave sort of almost the exact same color as they wear down all day. So when I wear this today, even though the lipstick part will actually be gone, it'll actually stain almost pretty much the same color, and it'll look like that until I wash it off with oil cleanser. So I really like that these 2 wear down as nice as they do. You can eat, you can drink, whatever, and the color still stays almost exactly the same. And I just love how bright and fun they are. I think that these kind of colors look good on my skin tone, so I sort of gravitate more towards the hot pink colors when I do wear lipstick, because I feel like they suit my skin and my face better. So those are the 2 that I wore the most during the summer. I did wear some others, but these are my 2 favorites for summer. So then I'll talk about one other Red Apple lipstick thing. I did talk about this in my spring favorites, but it's still a favorite because I still just love the way that it works for me. It still performs exactly the same as when I first opened it. It's the Lash Project Mascara. It's their gluten-free lash conditioning mascara, as it flies out of my hand. But I really love this. I've had this open now, it's got to be at least 6 months. I can't remember the exact date that I first opened it. It was in the spring limited edition Petit Vour box, and I opened it pretty much right after I got it. But it performs exactly the same. It hasn't dried out. It's, you know, it's like the perfect texture and consistency. It dries really quickly. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't flake. It doesn't transfer. This is a really great mascara, and it is expensive, but for the amount of time that this mascara has lasted and the way that it performs, it's definitely worth, it's $37. It's definitely worth that price for me, and it's something that I will be repurchasing once I'm out of this, because it's definitely my favorite black mascara that I've tried so far. So the rest of my makeup favorites are all blush favorites, and if you know me, that should come as no surprise to you, because pretty much every favorites that I've done has had blush favorites in it. So I'll start with the 2 that were my favorites pretty much for the first part of the summer. They were the 2 Antonym baked blushes. I've got Rose and Peach. Try not to blind you, my son is like right in my face today. So here is Rose and here is Peach, and they're still my 2 of my most favorite and most used blushes. They're absolutely stunning. I love the way that they look on my skin. The formula is just really beautiful, and they're smooth, and they just have the nicest color on my cheeks. I do have a separate review for both of these out on my channel. I'll link it down below just in case you are interested. I bought these from Integrity Botanicals, but you can get them in a few different places. I just found that they had the best coupons and deals at Integrity Botanicals, so that's where I bought them from. Rose is definitely my favorite of the 2 because I tend to like pink blushes more than I like nude blushes, especially when I wear like pink lipstick. I really like pink blush. I sort of like matchy-matchy. I don't know if that's, you know, I really like to do that. That's just me. So Rose is definitely my favorite of the two, but Peach is also really great when I wear red lipstick or when I wear like darker eye makeup. I definitely gravitate more towards the Peach when I wear those kinds of looks. So these were my two favorites until, well, they're still my favorites, but they were my most used until I got this one, which is the Modern Minerals Sweet Thing blush. It's the collaboration between Beauty by Britanie, Modern Minerals, and Lotus Way. I got this when I went to the Indie Beauty Expo in New York roughly almost a month ago now, and I've worn this every single time I've worn makeup since I got the blush. I haven't worn anything else in the last month except for this. I did film a separate review on the Beauty by Britanie collection that will be up. I'm not sure when. It'll be up at some point, but I did film a separate review on the blush and the lip gloss that come in the collection because I felt like they were both such fantastic products that they really needed to be featured on their own. I did talk about them a little bit in my Indie Beauty haul, my Indie Beauty Expo video that I did where I talked about it, but I felt like these just needed to be featured on their own because they're two truly stunning products from three really great, amazing brands and people. So I do have a review coming on that, so I'm not going to talk about this too specifically, except that it's another really hot pink blush. It is the one that I'm wearing today, again, because it's the only one I've worn since I got it. It's truly stunning, and if you've got fair skin like I do, or if you just like hot pink blushes in general, you'll definitely want to pick this up because it's my favorite. I don't know when I'm gonna break out of this one and use anything else, maybe when I wear a red lipstick, but I really love this blush. So that's all of my makeup. So I think I'll do skincare next, and then I'll do body care, and of course I have one food item. I cannot do a favorites without doing food. So the two skincare products I have, the first one is the Meowmeowtweet Spot Serum. This one's actually my brand new bottle. I just finished another one and I'm using a different one right now to sort of test it out that I do like, and I probably will talk about in my next favorites. But this is the Meowmeowtweet Spot Serum. It is an oil-based spot treatment. It's made with jojoba oil, eucalyptus, cajeput, thyme, peppermint, and clove bud essential oils. This is just fantastic. I find that these oil-based spot serums definitely work the best for my skin type. I think because I have such deep hormonal, occasionally, you know, not very often anymore, but cystic acne. I get the really, because it's all hormonal for me. None of it is like well, most of my acne is hormonal. Some of it's environmental, but the really bad ones are the hormonal ones. I found that these oil-based spot serums are the only ones that work for my skin type, and every other cream and gel and liquid, whatever other acne treatments I've tried have not worked as well as this one has. So the Meowmeowtweet Spot Serum is definitely a favorite, and like I said, this is my second bottle. I just finished up the first one. So this is it's a little bit pricey. It's $25 for 10 ml, which is, it's kind of expensive. And I buy mine through Petit Vour, the shop there, because I can buy other stuff and not have to pay for shipping. When I buy stuff through the Meowmeowtweet store, things can tend to get really expensive because their shipping is really expensive because they're in New York and I'm in Arizona, so anything that gets shipped to me, it costs a lot because there's a lot of miles that it has to go. So if you can get this on the Petit Vour website, grab some other things to get the $50 limit and get your free shipping, but definitely try this out if you've been looking for a really good spot treatment. I feel like I say this all the time, but I will be doing an acne spot treatment video eventually. I'm not going to say when because I don't know, but I will be doing one eventually, and this one will be featured. So I really love this. I really think everybody who's got acne issues and has tried spot serums that don't work, definitely try this one because it's like a little miracle roller ball. Oh, it is a roller ball. This one's on here pretty tight. Okay, I can't open this right now, but it does have like a little metal roller ball, which I feel like it has a cooling effect when you roll it on your skin. So like the eucalyptus and the peppermint stuff in here definitely do cool as well, but I feel like with the cooling roller ball, when you roll it on your acne, it does actually have like a really nice cooling effect, which I think it probably helps with the healing process. I don't know, but I really like it. So it does have a metal roller ball, which I can't show you because I can't get this top off, but that's my first favorite skincare item. My second is a product I got in my second Beauty Heroes box. I've gotten 3 so far, but this one has definitely become a daily staple. It's something that I'm going to repurchase like for the foreseeable future. I don't see any reason why I would stop repurchasing it. This is the Previse Skincare Nutrify Step 2 Tonic. It's an oil-free tonic infused with antioxidant-rich daisy flower extract and hyaluronic acid to help lighten and brighten skin. So I've used, you probably can't tell, I've used about to here, so almost half the bottle, and I've had it maybe 2 months. I can't remember exactly when I started using this, but this has replaced vitamin C serums for me. I used to use the Paula's Choice Resist C15 Super Booster vitamin C treatment thing, but that wasn't as natural as I like to use on my skin. It did have phenoxyethanol and it had a couple other, you know, the Paula's Choice products in general aren't, they're not the most natural. They're cruelty free and I think most of them are vegan, but they're not the most natural. And that did work, but I wanted something more natural. So when I got this in the Beauty Heroes, I had actually just finished the Paula's Choice product, so this was like perfect timing. And so I used this as the second step in my skincare process. So, well, I guess the third step. So I use my Solace skincare, I use my Solace skincare scrub in the morning as in the shower, and then after that I use the spot treatment and I let that dry and sink in and whatever. Then I use this on top of that, and then I do another serum, and then I do moisturizer, and then I do sunscreen. So I've got like 6 things layered on my face every single day, which I'm just now realizing I didn't use my sunscreen today. Whoops. But I really like this. I feel like this has helped really lighten my skin. I've got some like melasma up here that popped up when I was in New York. Anytime I'm out in the sun, I tend to get like really weird melasma patches that take years to go away. The last time I had them I was in Florida in 2012, and I ended up with like melasma patches here and like here, and it took literally 2 years for it to go away. So I feel like this has definitely helped sort of start to lighten that up. It's going to take a long time for that to go away again, which really bothers me, but you know, what can you do? But this has definitely helped lighten that, as well as lighten a lot of the hyperpigmentation that I've had. Like occasionally I think I have like 1 week a year where my skin is doing decently well and it's, you know, nice and clear and it's not super red and patchy, but the rest of the month when it is patchy and red and ugly, this definitely helps calm sort of the redness and lighten the hyperpigmentation and scarring that I get, because that happens. And this has definitely also helped even my skin texture. Skin texture is definitely one thing I always have an issue with, because my skin is so acne prone. It gets bumpy all the time. It's never smooth. I feel like with this, my skin definitely has smoothed out a dramatic amount, and it's very noticeable, and it's, you know, this is definitely just a wonderful product. So this is for skin type 1 through 6, which is for all skin types. The Previse skincare also does have specific ones for specific skin types. So if you've got more dry skin or more oily skin or whatever, they have like 5 different levels. I find that this one works just fine, that I don't feel like I need to go out and get, you know, the one that's more for oily skin or whatever. I feel like this one works pretty darn well for my skin type. So this is something that I'll repurchase. This again also is pretty pricey, but it is about the same as the Paula's Choice product that I was using is. This is about the same price as the Paula's Choice product that I was using, so I definitely don't feel like this is a stretch for me, at least. I mean, it's $48 for 2 ounces. And the Paula's Choice product was only 0.67 ounces, and it would last me about 3 months. I'm expecting this to last me, I'm hoping, at least 4 months, and then I'll definitely feel like I'm getting my money's worth, and then I'll rebuy it from the Beauty Heroes website, where I'll get 15% off in the shop because I'm a subscriber. So those were the 2 skincare products that were my favorite. And now I will do my 2 body care favorites. So the first is this Acure Foaming Shave Gel. I'd heard a couple people talk about this, and this is a relatively new product to their line. And I hadn't been using any other sort of shaving type of cream or gel or whatever. I just used my bar of soap. I'd been using that for like the last 5 years. I didn't really care. Once I gave up that Skintimate stuff, which I never really liked to begin with, once I stopped using that, I pretty much just used bar soap because it works for me. So I did decide to give this a try just to see if I liked it any better, or if I feel like this really made any difference over my soap. I do really like this. I sort of switch between the 2 now. I use the soap some days and I use this some days, because this is only 6.25 ounces and definitely doesn't last as long as a bottle of soap does. I've used about, I'm not really sure. I peeled back the paper because I always want to know where I am. I'm about here, so I'm almost done with the product that's in here. And I think I bought this, it was a couple of months ago now, I don't remember, but again, like, I don't use this every time I shave my legs. I don't always shave my legs every day because I'm lazy. But I do really like this. This scent is blue chamomile and cucumber, and it definitely does smell really good. I will be talking about this more in another Acure video that I'm going to have out in a couple of weeks, or in a week, or whenever. I don't even really know. I just know I'm doing another Acure video. So I will talk about this more when I do my Acure video, but this has been a favorite. I really like it. And I will continue to buy it and use it sort of like in tandem with my, you know, regular bar of soap. And I don't feel the need to try any other shaving products because I do really like this. My husband also tried this and he really liked it as well. And he's always sort of looking for that foamy, like, you know, Gillette foam shaving stuff for men. He's always looking for something that's sort of like that. And while this doesn't sort of satisfy that need that he's got for the foaming texture, he does really like this as well because he liked the scent. So that's my first one. And the next, or the last sort of like product that I have is the Lotus Way Inner Peace Energy Mist. I got this again when I was in the Indie Beauty Expo. I picked up a lot of really great stuff when I was at the Indie Beauty Expo, if you haven't seen that video. But this has become one of my favorite like daily rituals. I keep this at my desk at work. And like I said in my Indie Beauty Expo video when I talked about this, I sort of like spray it on myself anytime I'm feeling like a little bit of stress from work. You know, if somebody's bothering me, if I'm getting way too many emails, or if, you know, too many people are asking too many dumb questions, which is a daily occurrence, unfortunately. I sit there and I take a few seconds and I spray this on myself. And it just really helps like calm the nerves and just sort of center everything, and it just makes me feel like I can sort of get through the next 2 hours until I spray myself again. So this has definitely sort of helped, I think, with my inner peace and my stress levels, and it just has definitely really, you know, it's helped my well-being. And I'd never tried anything from Lotus Way before, but I definitely want to get more of their like flower essence. I want to try more of their flower essences and, you know, really try more of their other stuff and see if that helps in other areas of my life. Like they have one for calming that's for sleep. I really definitely need something to help me go to sleep at night most of the time. So I'm definitely really interested in trying out their other products, mostly probably their mists. I know they have sort of like a dropper that you can like eat or something, and they have like serums, but I definitely like the mist delivery system the best. Well, I haven't tried them, but I definitely feel like I would like the mist system, the mist delivery system the best out of the others, because I like misting things on myself. Like I love misting toners and sprays and stuff on myself all the time, so I definitely like the mist delivery system, and I'm definitely going to be trying out more of the Lotus Way products soon. So the last thing that I've got is a food favorite, and this is a recipe. I don't have, well, I do have like a video of it when I ate it. I can show you, I can pop a video of it on the screen. But this is a cauliflower steak with Romesco sauce recipe. So here's a nice picture of it. So it's a roasted cauliflower steak on a Romesco sauce with, you know, just like a little bit like of like a salad on the top. I went to New York, and anytime that I go anywhere, I worry about what I'm going to eat, because my family, all of my family, nobody's vegetarian, nobody's even remotely close to being vegetarian or vegan. So when I we were going to Connecticut to stay with my aunt and uncle, and they know that I'm vegan, so I was sort of worried about what I was going to eat. I brought a bunch of like bars and snacks and stuff because I didn't know what I was going to eat when I was there, because they like fish and meat. They're really animal product people. So I was really surprised when my aunt had pulled out a cookbook and flagged a bunch of pages for recipes that were all vegan, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna do this vegan thing with you this week. I really want to see, you know, how it affects me. And you know, she's obviously not gonna go full vegan because my uncle would never go vegan. We had an argument about my veganism and how I'm not vegan enough. I might talk about that. I've been considering doing a video specifically on not being vegan enough because of that argument I had with him, but she was really supportive of my lifestyle and my diet. So she flagged a bunch of recipes that I ended up taking home with me because I loved all the recipes that she made. This was the first recipe that she made for us when we got in town on Thursday night, and it was the cauliflower steak with Romesco sauce. Oh my god. This is so good. I made this already once since I've been home, and I'm going to make it again. The Romesco sauce is just like amazing. It's bell peppers, garlic, almonds, sherry vinegar, tomato paste, and smoked paprika. Oh, and it would definitely even be good with just like pasta. But this was my first time actually roasting cauliflower. I'd wanted to do cauliflower steaks for a really long time, but my husband was always like, I don't know if that's going to be enough for me. I really don't feel like that would be enough food for me. But when we had it that way in Connecticut, he was just like, you need to make this again when we go home. Like, make this all the time. So the roasted cauliflower steak is just simple. You just slice the cauliflower heads into, you know, really thick slices, and then you brush it with olive oil, salt, and pepper. Throw it in the oven until it gets nice and brown and delicious. And it was the most amazing thing I've ever eaten. Probably not the most amazing thing I've ever eaten, but it was one of the most amazing things I've ever eaten, and it's super simple and just delicious. So I could probably copy this recipe down in the down bar. I know I told somebody that I would email it to them after I posted it on my Instagram, but I've been really bad about that. So I'm going to post the recipe for this down below so you guys can try it. Definitely try it. It's so good. You have no idea. Definitely even sprinkle like a little bit of basil on top instead of like the parsley and whatever. Just as, well, it says fresh herbs such as flat leaf parsley, basil, chives, microgreens. Definitely put some basil on there because it brings the whole thing. It makes it like super Italian feeling. So that was my favorite food of summer. I can't really think of anything else that I had that I was just like, I really need to share this with you. So that was definitely the one thing that I felt like I needed to share. So that's all my summer favorites. Jessie's my favorite. She's my summer favorite. But definitely let me know your thoughts. Are any of these things your favorite? I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one.